Hello everyone and welcome back to the Denver Broncos franchise. In the last episode, we finally stopped the bleeding and got a dub against the Giants. 30-24 was the final there. In today's episode, we'll face off against the 7-6 Bills, who are surprisingly struggling as it looks like their defense has totally fallen apart, down to an 81 overall. They of course still have Josh Allen, the second best quarterback in Madden, at a 99 overall superstar X Factor, having a great season, especially in terms of pass interceptions. Normally that number is very high for him, but instead it's only 3 so far this season. If we take a look at the playoff picture after our win, we're actually scheduled to face off against the Bills in the wild card round, as I guess they are currently winning the AFC East despite only being 7-6. Speaking of which, let's take a look at the standings around the league. In the AFC North, the Bengals are 8-5, Ravens 7-6, Steelers 7-6, Browns 5-8, the Colts are 8-5, the Jags 7-6, the Titans 6-7, the Texans 5-8. In the AFC West, it is anyone's division still. The Bills 7-6, the Pats 7-6, the Jets 6-7, and the Dolphins 6-7. In the West, the Chiefs of course are 10-3, likely to secure the 1 seed in the AFC. The Broncos and the Chargers tied at 8-5, and the Raiders down at lowly 3-10. NFC North, the Bears are 9-4, the Packers 6-7, Vikings 6-7, Lions 5-8. In the NFC South, the Falcons 9-4, the Panthers 7-6, the Bucks 4-9, the Saints 4-9. In the East, the Eagles are 9-4, the Cowboys are 8-5, the Giants, who we beat last week, are 7-6, and the Commanders are 6-7. In the West, the Seahawks 7-6, the Niners 6-7, Rams 5-8, and the Cardinals 2-11. Let's get into this week's action though, as we've got immovable object here. Coach, you're tasked with facing the Bills and their highly touted defense this week. Where do you think you can have success? I think Josh Allen is going to chew us up. We have been pretty good against the run recently, so I will say running game. I think it starts with the running game. Sometimes the best way to have success against a defense of that caliber is have some success on the ground to wear them down and open up the playbook. I don't know why I read that backwards. I thought we were talking about our defense. Beat the Bills and rush for 125 plus yards on offense. Oof, we don't have a great rushing attack. We are mostly a passing team, so my bad for reading that one backwards. And then of course we've got the weekly strategy, and I think the most important thing against Josh Allen will probably be to defend the short pass, as it looks like they do a ton of short passing. They do a ton of deep passing as well, but I think it's more important to have the short pass defended. After training, we'll take a look and see if we have any injuries to the defense. Looks like we do have one. It's Cameron Bynum, but he's been replaced as the starter by Dante Wake anyway. And offensively, Jaleel McLaughlin, who doesn't really see the field, has a high ankle sprain. But that means if we do see a third running back, it'll probably be Roschon Johnson, who we signed a couple weeks back off of free agency. Let's see if there are any other injuries, and it looks like other than those two, we are healthy. Also, Nick Bonito is back off of the injury list this week, but Blaine Wynn will miss the next 2 games still. So despite only having an 81 overall defense, the Buffalo Bills actually have the number 4 rated defense in the NFL. They're bad against the run, but quite good against the pass. And before we get started, we have a few players to upgrade, one of those being Zach Allen. Call him Sack Allen, as we'll look to probably get his block shedding up, although his power moves definitely need work as well. So let's go power rusher for him and get that power moves stat up. 1 power moves, 1 pursuit, 1 strength is huge, and 1 tackle. So he's up to a true 84, but -3 with morale right now. Dennis Colbert gets an upgrade, which is a pretty big deal. He's been struggling with accuracies at medium and deep, which makes sense. Those are his weakest. He's also not great in play action. We're going to go strong arm for him, improve the deep accuracy, medium accuracy, and possibly throw power. He gets 1 awareness, 2 throw ac mid, and 1 throw under pressure, putting him to an 87 medium accuracy alongside the 89 short. He is a 78 overall now. Quincy Walls gets an upgrade. He's been kind of hit or miss, I would say, but typically makes big plays, which is part of why I keep leaving him in the games. He gets quite a few picks. He makes big plays like he did in one particular play against the Giants. More than anything, he needs to get his press rating up, and of course, he's just not great in coverage in general, according to his stats. So we're going to keep dumping points into man-to-man. It keeps him a scheme fit, and hopefully he gets a press upgrade, but he does get 2-man coverage. But let's not waste any more time. Let's get into today's action against the Bills. Back at home this week, which has actually been a disadvantage for us this season, as we are 2-4 at home while 6-1 on the road. So we are a much better road team this season, which is typically very opposite of what you see in real life NFL. but we'll take what we can get. Let's see if we can improve to 3-4 at home this season. The Broncos will start with the football this week as Tyler Bass will kick us off. Back to return and calling a fair catch is Jerry Perry, and that is where Dennis Colbert and the Denver Broncos offense will start the action today. In the blue unis today are the Broncos, which I think honestly might look a little bit better than the orange ones. And to start the day on 1st and 10 from the 25, it'll be a handoff to Tajay Spears. Let's see if he can find the edge. He can. Tries to juke back inside, but it is a pickup of 8 to start the day. It was a quiet day for Tajay Spears last week as Javonte Williams got the bulk of the carries and also outran Spears pretty significantly, which has been kind of opposite of this season, as Javonte Williams will get the first here. This is a bad rush defense according to stats, so of course we are going to try to exploit that despite not being a very good rush offense, as Spears cuts this one back. If he had broken that tackle, he might have been gone. Only 2 yards though. Make it 2nd and 8 from the 40, and we'll look to throw for the first time today. That's caught by Zay Jones, and it's only good for 2 yards, setting up a 3rd and medium. 3rd down for the first time today. We'll see if Denver can convert. From the 42, Colbert back to pass. Wants Rashad Winters. It's swatted away. It'll be 4th and 6, and Denver will start the day with a punt. Josh Allen and the Bills starting from the 13 for their first possession. It's a fake to the rookie running back, that's Watkins, and swatted away by Dante Waite. Their running back, number 21, is DeAndre Watkins. He was their first pick in this season's draft, and he evidently has superstar development as he joins Josh Allen in the backfield. It will be a pass, though, as Allen lobs one up, and it's intercepted by Justin Reed. What was that from Josh Allen? Gifted one to our safety, and it's going to be 1st and 10 for Denver from the 37. I'm surprised by this one. He just heaved it as soon as he got the ball, and it went directly to Justin Reed. Well, Denver gifted excellent field position by Josh Allen. A weird error from him. I know he throws a lot of picks in real life, but in this season, he's only had 3. As Dennis Colbert will launch one up, wants Chester Truman and has him. It's a touchdown on the first play after the pick. Dennis Colbert, Chester Truman, quickly becoming one of the best duos in the NFL. The rookie quarterback to the 2nd-year receiver, and it's another tutty for Chester on the season. Denver, capitalizing on the pick, will take an early lead. Josh Allen, after throwing his 4th pick on the season, back on the field. 1st and 10 for the Bills from the 25. As Josh setting up a screen for DeAndre Watkins. He's brought down. That's Devin Bush on the tackle, a pickup of 6. Probably a wise decision to do a screenplay there, get the nerves calmed down for Mr. Allen. On 2nd and 4 from the 31, he throws quickly. That one is caught by Dawson Knox, and it'll be 3rd down. 3rd down and 1 for the Bills. See if they can convert here. As Allen throws quickly, dropped. It was Gabe Davis with PS2 in coverage. 4th and 1 Bills. I imagine they punted away here. Denver offense back on the field after the punt away for the Bills. As Colbert will throw this one to Spears. Stiff arms a man, but loses 4. 2nd and 14. Definitely not an ideal start to the drive if you're a Broncos fan. On 2nd and 14, though, Dennis will launch one up for Chester Truman. Again, he's the fastest man in the NFL, and he's got his 2nd touchdown on the day. One thing the Giants did well last week, they didn't press cover Chester Truman, because you can't. Nobody can keep up with him. And it's just a free touchdown as long as the throw is accurate, and it is this time. Chester gets his 2nd of the day. The Bills falling behind in a hurry, down 14-0 to the Broncos. On 1st and 10, it's a handoff to Watkins, hurdles over, I think that was J.D. Robertson, and gets a pickup of a few. 2nd and 6 from the 29, Allen under center. Will look to throw, maybe looking to run, and then throws it back across the field. It falls incomplete. That was wild. So it's 3rd and 6 Buffalo. Josh Allen feeling uncomfortable, clearly, to start the day, as it will be a fake to Watkins, and then a throw for Allen, and he missed his man. It was for Stephon Diggs. Maybe felt the pressure of the blitz as somebody was about to hit him. It's 4th and 6. They'll punt again. Chester Truman's stats so far today: 2 receptions, 121 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Quite the stat line First and 10 from the 25 as it's a handoff to Tajay Spears. Gets a decent carry here. Actually pushed forward by a Bills defender. Ends up being 2nd and 2. Second down and 2 from the 33. Dennis back to throw. Just going to dump this one off to Spears. Was probably looking for Chester Truman down the field again, but they actually had safety help over the top this time. So we'll take the free first down to the running back. From midfield, 1st and 10 as Colbert will look to throw. Has Rashad Winters and he holds on through the hit. A 1st and 10 to the 38. Still 5 minutes left to play here in the first quarter. It's 1st and 10 from the 38 for Denver. Spears kind of ran into Zion Johnson for a second and only gets a yard. Kind of been a role reversal today. It was a lot of Javonte last week. A lot of Tajay Spears this week. Good blocking from Chester Truman. Can he hit another one? He can. More yards for Spears. He gets to the 10. 1st and 10 Denver. Chester Truman hits 2 big blocks. He might be the MVP. MVP is a quarterback award in the NFL, but maybe Chester Truman deserves it. Dennis Colbert back to throw. Underneath. Finds Marvin Mims, who finds the end zone, and still in the first quarter, Denver gonna go up 21-0 on this top 5 rated Bills defense. Marvin Mims not super involved this season, admittedly, but he makes some big catches here and there, and here's one of them. 6 points for Denver. The Bills find themselves down 3 touchdowns with 3 minutes left in the first quarter, as Watkins gets a good carry here on 2nd and 10, improving to 1st and 10 at the 38. I don't think the Denver defense has played particularly well. I think it's Josh Allen has played poorly. 1st and 10, a quick throw, caught. Pickup of 9. That was Khalil Shakir on the reception. That makes it 2nd and 1. Maybe settling down a bit now is Allen. Throws another one quickly. That is caught as well. And it's a 1st and 10 again for the Bills. That was Rashid Shaheed on the catch. A lot of various weapons on this Bills team that weren't previously there. 1st and 10, as this is a catch for Dalton Kincaid. Picks up about 10. They'll call it 2nd and inches. The Bills finally on the move as the first quarter is soon to be coming to a close. 2nd and inches from the 34. Allen, shotgun, hands off. Watkins tries to bring it back to the right and loses forward progress, resulting in a 3rd down. 3rd and inches. I think he may have actually lost about an inch or so in yardage. From the 34, it's a toss to Watkins, and Khalil Mack is all over it. 4th and 7. As the first comes to a close. It'll be a long field goal attempt to start the second quarter for Tyler Bass. This is not a gimme, and he's gonna miss it. Wide to the right is Tyler Bass, and Denver will start from their own 48. Bad to worse. The Bills are really struggling here, which is bad considering how tight of a race their division is. Our division is not a tight race. It's pretty much who's going to take 2nd to the Chiefs, as Javonte Williams will get no gain here. On 2nd and 10 from the 48, Colbert will go play action and is going to take a sack. Zach Ertz was probably about to break open, but it's 3rd and 20 instead. A delay of game makes it even worse for Denver. It's 3rd and 25 from their own 33 as Colbert rolling. We'll dump this off to Jay Stewart. There's a lot of room here to the right side, but he doesn't have the speed to outrun Matt Milano. The play nearly worked, but instead it's 4th and 10 and Denver will punt. The Bills, with 10 minutes left in the first half, will start from their own 9. Had a good drive going last time, but it stalled out around midfield. And then, of course, they missed the field goal. On 1st and 10, it's a handoff. Watkins gets through a lane and picks up 5 before meeting Drew Sanders. Make it 2nd and 5 for the Bills. Allen under center, I formation. And it is another handoff to Watkins. Doesn't get a ton of running room and only gets a pickup of 3. Once again, it is 3rd down for the Bills. Josh Allen from under center throws, finds his man. It's Gabe Davis. He's got a first to the 21. 1st and 10 with about 8 minutes left from the 21. Allen is under center once more, and it's a run to the outside for Watkins. Laid out, it's Drew Tranquil. Completely empty set for the Bills. as Allen will look to throw, fires over the middle, and basically no gain. I mean, they call it 2 yards, but a 2-yard pickup on a throw is practically nothing. So it's 3rd and 8 from the 23. It is a fake to Watkins, and then Allen will throw. Has a man wide open. It's Khalil Shakir once again. I think that was Kelvin Joseph in coverage. And it's a 1st and 10 for the Bills. They're definitely starting to find a rhythm offensively, but it might be too late as they're already down 21. Allen to throw again. Has his man. It's Stephon Diggs just completely on his own. It's a pickup of 7. About 6.5 minutes left to play here in the first half as Allen is under center once more. Thought they were more of a shotgun team, but it looks like he's under center quite frequently as Stephon Diggs will have no gain. That sets up a 3rd down and 3 for the Bills. Allen throws, finds his man, that's caught, and it is a 1st and 10 Buffalo. From the 46, fresh set of downs in a pistol formation with Knox to his left. Allen throws, it is for Dawson Knox, and Quincy Walls will bring him down after the pickup of 5. Under 5 minutes left. This has been a long time-killing drive for the Bills. On 2nd and 5, he'll throw again. It's Dawson Knox. Actually, excuse me, it's Dalton Kincaid, and he's going to have a touchdown. To the end zone goes the tight end, Dalton Kincaid. And the Bills finally finding some offense, get some points on the board before halftime, and will chew away at this Denver lead. 4.5 minutes for Denver to try to get some additional points before the half. 1st and 10 from the 25 as Dennis Colbert will look to throw. Lobs one up. Wants Tajay Spears bobbled around a bit. Almost tipped down into him. It'll be 2nd and 10. On 2nd and 10 out of the pistol from the 25, that is Roschon Johnson in the backfield. And with Gresham in motion, Colbert will take the snap, and it is a run for Roschon, and he only gets about 3. Well, that sets up a 3rd and 7 for the Broncos, as we'll look to throw. Underneath, it's Zay Jones. Tries to juke a couple Buffalo defenders, but gets the 1st down anyway. To the 40, go the Broncos. On 1st and 10 from the 40, Colbert will hand off. Spears, good blocking downfield, and he will continue to get more than 9 yards per carry, as that is what he was averaging prior to that snap. Big day for Tajay Spears as Javonte Williams is checked in, and it's play action for him. Jay Stewart is open, but a missed throw from Dennis Colbert will set up 2nd down. 2nd and 10 from the 48 as Colbert sets up the screen for Javonte Williams, has some running room, jukes out a defender to get the 1st, and falls at the 36. 2-minute warning is come and gone. 1st and 10, Denver. Tajay Spears jukes back and ends up getting 4 instead of maybe 1. That makes it 2nd and 6 with about a minute and a half left in the 1st. As Colbert just gets that one off, was looking for Chester Truman but ran out of time. That sets up 3rd down. On 3rd and 6 from the 32, Colbert will look to throw. Wants Rashad Winters, who is wide open in the middle of the field, and it's a 1st and 10 for the Broncos to the 14. The clock continues to run, only a minute left to play, and Denver looking to add points before the half. From the 14, it's Tajay Spears on the carry. Outruns Matt Milano and a couple other defenders and finds pay dirt. Touchdown Tajay Spears. He is having himself quite the day. A big pickup for him leads to a touchdown, and Denver scoring a lot here in the first half, extend the lead to 28-7. The Bills do still have 55 seconds and all 3 of their timeouts. They could definitely get some points before the half, but that is a drop from Dawson Knox. Make it 2nd and 10 from the 25 after the drop. Josh Allen will look to throw, rolling, firing, incomplete, knocked away from Gabe Davis. 3rd and 10 from the 49. If they fail here, Denver might have time for more points, as it will be a handoff to Watkins actually, and he's got no gain. We'll burn a timeout. There's still 44 seconds left. 35 seconds starting from our own 30 to try to add even more points. Colbert lobs one up for Spears. He overthrows him. Now 30 seconds remain. Colbert back to pass. Has Chester Truman, but may have overthrown him again. It was another touchdown if he doesn't miss the throw. Marcus Peters getting dominated. And now it is 3rd and 10 from the 30. As we'll go for Spears, nearly picked. It'll be 4th and 10. We'll punt it right back. We head to halftime. Denver up 28-7 over the Bills. And while the offense is playing well, I think that this is more Buffalo shooting themselves in the foot a couple of times. Mostly Josh Allen with the 1 turnover and playing kind of funky in the first quarter. We'll take a look around the league though. The Chiefs in Vegas facing off against the Raiders, up 14-0. That is a projected win for the Chiefs. Over in LA, the Texans are visiting and up 21-7 over the Rams. Both of these teams struggling this season. And finally, the Chargers visiting the Colts. This is a big deal for us as we have lost to the Colts but have beaten the Chargers, and it's tied at 7. 1st and 10 to start the third quarter for Buffalo, looking to chip away at this lead. And it'll be a handoff to Watkins to start. For some reason, stalled. Had the entire left side of the field just wide open and stopped. 2nd and 10. Looks like maybe their rookie running back has some poor ball carrier vision, potentially. It's 2nd and 10 after that, as Allen fires over the middle, incomplete. Looking for Dawson Knox, who was double covered. That makes it a 3rd and 10 to start the second half for Buffalo. From the 25, Allen out of the shotgun. Has time. It's running out, though. Baron Browning gets the sack. Khalil Mack gets credit for half of it, despite maybe laying one hand on Josh Allen. That was all Baron Browning. Although I guess Khalil Mack did kind of force him into Barron, but it is a 4th down for the Bills. I imagine they start the second half with a punt. A good punt return from Jerry Perry sets us up at the Buffalo 43. 1st and 10 Denver. Javonte Williams in the backfield gets a carry, gets good blockers down the field, including a huge one from Jay Stewart, and it's a touchdown for Denver on the first play of the second half. Javonte Williams, a big carry. This Buffalo Bills run defense truly is terrible. They were a bottom-ranked run defense, but a top-ranked defense in general, which is interesting. It just means they must be very good against the pass. But today, not so much against anything that Denver throws at them. 35-7. This game feels pretty much over. Got to feel good as the Broncos, after being on the skid they were on, to get a blowout victory potentially, as that is incomplete from Josh Allen. I'll consider bringing in backups if the Bills have to punt it away again, but it is 2nd and 10 for now, as Allen misses another throw, looking for Stephon Diggs, who definitely had a step, and now it's 3rd and 10. Can the Bills get any offense going? On 3rd and 10 from the 25, Allen all day to throw, maybe looking to scramble, and not even close. Sliding down at the 29, it's 4th and 6, and they're going to punt again. 1st and 10 Denver. Still 9.5 minutes left in the third quarter, which is part of why I don't want to put the backup offense in yet. Still a lot of game left to be played, as Colbert will get a carry here and head out of bounds at the 34 after a pickup of 7. What a weird game this has been. The Denver defense playing well for once. On 2nd and 3, it's Javonte Williams breaking a tackle and getting a first. 4 rushes for 55 and a touchdown for Javonte. We'll let Roschon Johnson get a few more snaps there on 1st and 10 from the 42. We'll let him run the ball. He'll cut this back following his blocker and has a good carry here. Gets a 1st down to the 47. Jaleel McLaughlin, of course, is injured, as you might recall from the weekly strategy. 8 minutes left in the third. It is 1st and 10. Roschon still in the game and can't really get anywhere. Chester couldn't hold his block. It's a loss of a yard. From the 48, 3rd down, 11 to go. Roschon is open. What a play. Zion Johnson leaves with an injury, but I'm not sure what defensive back that was. That was incredible. Probably a missed throw by Colbert anyway, but still a crazy play. 1st and 10 Bills. They managed to force a punt, so, I mean, not necessarily completely out of the game, but it feels like they are. Oh my God, should have been another pick for Justin Reed. Josh Allen is playing terribly. Zion Johnson has muscle cramps. We will substitute Ford in for now. 2nd and 10 from the 8 after the near interception, as Allen throws quickly, finds Knox. Brought down by Devin Bush, a pickup of 4. That brings up a 3rd down and 6 for the Bills, as Allen, running out of time, sacked. It's Drew Sanders on the blitz. Allen couldn't get rid of it, and now it's 4th and 12, another punt. Another decent return from Jerry Perry, although they were punting out of the end zone, so it was always going to be good field position, just maybe a little bit better than it would have been. 1st and 10 from the 43. Roschon still in the game, no blocking, as that's where we're missing Zion Johnson. Tajay Spears still checking in from time to time. It's 2nd and 12 from the 45. Dennis will hand off to Spears, and he'll get a few. It'll be 3rd and 8. 3rd down, 8 to go from the 41. Colbert will fire, wants Chester Truman, and he holds on to the pass. 1st and 10 Broncos. That is Chester's first catch on the day that did not result in a touchdown. It's only his 3rd catch, but the first 2 both to the end zone. 1st and 10 from the 28. Handoff Roschon. Good blocking in front of him. Not quite good enough, though. I thought that was going to be a touchdown for a second. It's 2nd and 4. If we score here, it is definitely time for the backups. That is for sure. 2nd and 4, it's play action. And we'll lob one for Chester Truman. End zone. Touchdown Broncos. He always holds on through the contact. It's Chester Truman. His 3rd touchdown grab on the day. And Denver going to go up big in this one. 42-7 is the score, and here come the backups. So the full backup team is in. You might see a couple guys you're familiar with, like Dante Wake, as we don't have a ton of safety depth right now, especially with Cameron Bynum out today. You'll still see Kelvin Joseph, but he's more of a depth player anyway, and you'll probably still see a bit of Quincy Walls. But for the most part, it is the entire backup defense and the entire backup offense, including offensive line. I actually did substitute the offensive line, which I normally don't do, as that is a catch for Gabe Davis and a 1st down pickup. The commentary is going to be a lot more relaxed from here on out, obviously, unless the game gets crazy again. For the most part, we'll just be kind of seeing if there's any standouts defensively and offensively with the backup teams. Part of me wants to not allow this game to happen and just restart it and play it again, but I think if blowouts can happen against me like they did against the Commanders, then they can happen for me as well from time to time. And it is weird that it's happening against the Bills, as Inyoma Uwazurike gets some pressure. 2nd and 10 from the 46, I formation for the Bills. Allen will fake it to Watkins and then throw off his back foot. That is caught by Dawson Knox, who's brought down by Kelvin Joseph. PS2 was on the field. You might see that just because of auto subs. I can't believe Dawson Knox was able to come down with that one. Minute left here in the 3rd. 1st and 10 from the 30, as Allen has all day to throw. Finds Gabe Davis. Not a great throw, but still a pickup of 4. 2nd and 6 from the 26, as Allen is under center. Watkins in the backfield. Throws for Knox, who is open. That's Will Ware, the 2nd-year middle linebacker, on the tackle. 1st and goal. It'll be the first play of the 4th quarter. Denver up 42-7. All of the backups are in the game as Allen finds Dawson Knox in the end zone. The Bills will chip away at the lead, but it's a little too late. It'll be 42-14, and the Denver backup offense will take over. So here comes the other rookie quarterback on the roster, Michael Stockton. And he has been honestly bad every time he's played in place of Dennis Colbert, whether it be injury or blowout. But let's see what he can do this time, as we'll carry it to Roschon Johnson. Pickup of 1. You'll also see a new tight end, number 80, there on the right. That is Riley Davis. He is a rookie tight end, as we had to sign another one after moving Rashad Winters permanently to wide receiver. As we'll look downfield for him, actually, see if he can make a play. He cannot. It's broken up, 3rd down. 3rd and 9 from the 29, as Stockton look to throw, wants Zay Jones, and that was not close. 4th down, we will punt it away. Because I don't know, Michael Stockton just does not cut it as a backup. I did look for like veteran backups that maybe had the mentor tag to help Dennis Colbert, but there's just none that are outright better than Michael Stockton in terms of their ratings. So for now, we have Michael Stockton. Obviously, Dennis Colbert is our guy, and he's been significantly less injury prone in recent weeks after getting hurt a bunch to start the season, as a pickup of 9 for, I think that was Dalton Kincaid. 3rd and 1, under 10 minutes to play. Allen out of the shotgun with Watkins to his right. It will be a throw, and it's a throw for Watkins, and he holds on through the Chad Muma hit. It's 1st down. Chad Muma is a guy I think maybe we should trade away this offseason. He'd be a starter on a lot of other teams, but he's a backup here because we have Drew Sanders and Devin Bush, who both sit above him in the depth chart, but he's like a high 70s overall middle linebacker. He's not bad. There's a few guys I'm actually considering trading this offseason, one of them being Javonte Williams, potentially. I think Tajay Spears has outplayed him for the most part, and I think we could get a lot of value for Javonte Williams, and clearly we have a lot of other weaknesses elsewhere. I don't know, let me know what you guys would do this offseason. What moves would you make? I'm very curious. 3rd and 6 at the 46. Allen has time, but it ran out. He basically throws it away. They probably have to go for it here. They are indeed going for it. 4th and 6 from the 46. Allen looks to throw. And he's going to go down. And Yoma Uwazurike playing well, actually, coming off of the bench. He's not even a 70 overall player yet. I think this is his 3rd or 4th season in the league, but he does play relatively well. He started at D-tackle most of last season and has been benched for J.D. Robertson this season, but playing well here. I, of course, had mentioned that I was probably planning to trade Marvin Mims potentially this offseason. What I kind of think this team needs is a true sort of standout wide receiver too. Not just like a Rashad Winters. While I think he has potential to be a really good wide receiver in the future, he's still very low rated for the wide receiver position. So I think getting like a mid-80s wide receiver 2 would be pretty ideal. I do also think we need to upgrade our CB2 pretty significantly, as obviously Tyreek Stevenson has not been cutting it. We will have a little bit of money this offseason, so I don't mind potentially making some splashes in free agency. We have almost no draft picks, so free agency is really the only place where we're going to be able to improve this team a lot, other than, you know, late round gems potentially. As Michael Stockton, no time to throw. That's what we get for having the backup O-line. The Tanner Brown kick was good, extending our lead even slightly more. And we are up 45-14. Bills start from their own 25 as Allen fires left side, and out of bounds goes Dalton Kincaid. 4.5-ish minutes left to play here in the 4th quarter. Allen throws, has his man. Dalton Kincaid gets drilled by a couple different Broncos defenders. Now only 4 minutes left. The Bills still playing like there is any chance for a victory here. I really wish that the Madden devs would implement some way that like even the opposing team would bring in its backups if it's an absolute blowout, but it's always the starters. Like I don't think the Bills are playing their starters at this point. Like if this game was happening in real life, the Bills are down 45-14, I think that all of their starters are out. You're playing the backups because you just don't have a chance of winning this game really at all, as that is a drop from Dawson Knox. Sets up a 3rd and 5. Can the backup defense get a stop? Allen, it's a screen for Watkins, and he's going to get the first and a little bit more. Good blocking for him. Gets to the 26. PS2 on the field again, as I guess everyone's tired. It is a fake to Watkins, and then Allen scrambling right into Jonathan Cooper as we head to the 2-minute warning. 3rd and 5 with 2 minutes left from the 21. Allen calling an audible and will look to throw. Fires, picked. It's Tyreek Stevenson. He's making plays here coming off the bench. Maybe we institute him back into the lineup a little bit, although obviously the defense has been playing very well in the 2 weeks since he was benched. Ball game, 45-14 is your final here in Denver. We do improve to 3-4 on our home turf. Denver also improves to 9-5, while I believe the Bills will fall to 500 at 7-7. A dominant performance from the Broncos, and really just one of the worst QB performances I've ever seen from Josh Allen. He was absolutely horrendous today and really just kind of handed Denver the win. If we look at player stats, Josh Allen, 74.7 rating, 63% completion percentage, 274 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks with a 5.5 average. Just a really bad day for Josh Allen. Dennis Colbert, 138.5 rating, 13 of 22, 251 yards, 4 touchdowns, no picks, and he basically didn't play at all in the 4th quarter. Michael Stockton, 0 for 3. Excellent showing from him. Rushing, DeAndre Watkins led the day in terms of attempts at least, but only had 30 yards to show show for it. 2.5 a carry, as Roshan had 10 carries and only also had 2.4 a carry, so even worse than Watkins. Tajay Spears was really good today, 10 for 78, 7.8 a carry. Javonte Williams was really good today, 4 for 55, 13.7 a carry, and each of them had a touchdown. Receiving, Dawson Knox led the way with receptions, but let's take a look at the Broncos. Chester Truman, 4 for 156 and 3 touchdowns on the day for him. Incredible day for Chester Truman. Tajay Spears, 2 for 13, Zay Jones, 2 for 15, Winters, 2 for 30, Stewart, 1 for 15, Mims, 1 for 10, Javonte, 1 for 12. It was a weird day. We didn't have to throw the ball a lot, and yet we had 4 actually passing touchdowns. Defensively, Chad Muma actually led in solo tackles, despite only playing the 4th quarter. Good for him. Total tackles, 8, Damari Mathis. TFLs, 3, Khalil Mack. Drew Sanders had 2, Jonathan Cooper had 1, Wazarike had 1, Barrett Browning had 1, and JL Skinner, who played out the rest of the 4th quarter, had 1. For sacks, Jonathan Cooper had 1, Wazarike 1, Sanders 1, Browning and Mack half, and then Tyreek Stevenson and Justin Reed each had an interception. So you might see that game 45-14 and think that these sliders definitely aren't working, and I actually disagree. I think the fact that we only gave up 14 points is cool. It's parity. Like I said, we gave up 24 in the previous week and then 38 the week before that. You just want things to go differently a lot in a Madden franchise because that's how the real NFL works. Occasionally, teams are going to randomly blow out other teams. Josh Allen's occasionally going to have a bad game, whereas Daniel Jones in our game against the Giants on the exact same sliders had an excellent day despite the loss. So it's just cool to see. Different things can happen. We're going to have the occasional blowout. We're going to have the occasional close game like against the Giants, and we're going to have the occasional blowout against us. And I think that's how it should be. Things should go differently all the time instead of every single game being an absolute shootout from both offenses. I think it's fine if one of the offenses is absolutely killing it, and it's fine if both of the offenses are killing it once in a while, but it should not happen every single game, which is what was happening before I implemented these new sliders. We've got immovable object, which I believe we succeeded at. Having success on the ground was a key talking point this week, and it seemed to be a big part of the win today. Any additional thoughts? Yeah, I think we had a great plan coming in and saw some areas that we felt we could have some success. We knew it'd be tough. It's always going to be against those guys, but we got the job done. It actually was not tough at all. Tajay Spears and Javonte Williams were both fantastic. Javonte will have +5 break, tackle, and carry for the next 2 games, which is pretty critical because there's only 3 games left in the season. All offensive linemen will have +5 run block, finesse, and power for the next 2 games as well. Wow, we might be running it down everyone's throats. But that is going to do it for this episode. In the next episode, we face off against the 7-7 Jacksonville Jaguars. Denver now 9-5, still 2 games back of the 11-3 Chiefs, but now a game ahead of the Chargers. We take a look at the playoff picture. We are the 5 seed, still projected to play the Bills, who are going to win their division despite being 500, at least according to the playoff picture currently, which is kind of crazy. I'd feel pretty good about a rematch with how that went, obviously. The Broncos getting hot at the right time, it seems. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I truly appreciate the continued support as always. In the next episode, we'll face off against the Jags in Jacksonville.